This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this video is basically a Scream video, but it's not really Scream, it's Stabbed. And you can see how it says up there based on true story. This is the fictional movie inside Scream that's based on a true story of Scream, of the events of Scream, of Woodsboro, and all that stuff that's happening from Sidney Prescott to Billy Loomis to um, Stu Macher and all the other movies in between where you have the Carpenter children and the other movies as well and whatnot. So I'm just making this little quick stab video for the celebration of Scream, but where would Stab be after Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Now we have 7. Where would Stab be in this universe and 7? Like, where would it be, and where would these fake, not the, well, since this is a movie that's based in the movie, that's kind of fake, but also based on a true story of these people, where would they take it by now? I mean, they already probably did the Carpenter children, the Meeks kids storyline in Stab already because it's mentioned in those movies as well. And the set in 7, you see a Stab poster and Stu Macher's house. So, and I'm wearing a shirt that says "Chin like a villain," you know. Where would they be? I'm thinking now that we focus on 7 and how Sidney Prescott's now a business owner, has her own kid. I mean, has her kids now, and her kids are older now, and her kids can do whatever they want. Well, her kid can do whatever she wants. She's a teenager, and it's happening around the same time as. I mean, her events are happening the same time as the same proper age that Sidney Prescott is. I think that's where the Stab movies would go, technically, and that's where I think they would go. But like, I mean, they mentioned Stab in the Carpenter movies, but like. And it even has Sidney Prescott in it, but like they didn't really focus on it. Only the first 4 movies only focused on stab movies, which is a true story, but a fictional true story about the events that happened. But the thing is, it's fun to have this type of movie in there because as you see, the mask in here is green, not white, right? It's fun to have a fake movie based off of the actual movie that's called Scream 7, 1 through 7, but even 7 itself. So it's kind of cool. I would think they would take it right now with with Sidney Prescott coming back in the fold with their daughter and all some of that, and then after those events of Scream 7, they would the fake filmmakers that made this into a true story in the first place in the first few films would go, hey, that already happened. That's happening right now. Why don't we make a movie about that and profit on that? I think that's where they would go. I made another stab video on here and talked about how cool it is to have a movie like this in the franchise itself. A fake movie inside the franchise. Because I think it's Scream 2 and it was either Scream 2 or 3. I think it was Scream 2 that had theater, a theatrical theater experience of people going into a movie theater watching Stab and all these people dressed up in Ghostface costumes and stuff like that, watching a movie based off of true events that happened in the first movie. And then they had all these fans in there. And then, of course, actual Ghostface was in the beginning stabbing one of the characters in the theater. So, yeah, it's very cool to have a movie based off of the movie inside the movie. And that's really meta. And I like how that's really meta. That's really cool and really awesome. We only see a poster in 7, so in Schumacher's house. I'm assuming that they keep this alive because in six they do show like YouTube videos of what happens. I mean, I think six it showed their stab, Ghostface having a chrome mask, which they did sell, which I couldn't find, and with a chain, I think with a chainsaw or some type of weapon that he was using, and then the Sydney, I mean, Mr. Barrero's character, Carpenter's boyfriend was going through all the stab movies from one through six. So I think in seven they would just do pretty Sidney Prescott. So that's my theory on, no, that's not my theory, but that's my observation of what the stab movies will be going on now. But again, we see him in six, we see him in five. No, it was in five, not six. It was in five. And I think they mentioned a little bit in six, but like six was mainly focused on the boyfriend's parents getting boyfriend's family getting revenge. So I think it was five that showed, what's currently happening with the stab movies. And my bad, it wasn't six, it was five. But I'll take that back. But they all blend in. Five and six blend together because it's the Carpenter daughters. So it kind of blends in together. Like I said, Halloween. Like it's the Halloween effect where it's one after the other. So I think that's where they would go with that. But as fictionalized as this movie, the stab movies are, they can go anywhere now. I mean, it's open book now. I mean, even though it's based on a true story and they want to do based on a true story, based on the true events, they probably already did the Carpenter daughter, I mean, yeah, sisters and daughters of Billy Loomis, um, true based story of stab with them. But they can take stab anywhere, not just Sidney Prescott. They can take it anywhere because there's probably other true stories they can probably tell and just put Ghostface in it. You know, I would actually love to see after this whole I mean, I know Scream is never going to die, um, because there's fans out there that are interested in seeing. I know there's a lot of people going to see it on the 26th, which is 24th. Tomorrow is 25th. So that's gonna be Thursday night. I'm probably gonna see it on Thursday night, but not the fan screening. There's gonna have one at 9 o'clock. So a lot of fans are interested in seeing this movie, and I'm glad they are, and I am too. Um, like I'm gonna see this movie probably in the Scream 7 multiple times, like three times maybe. Um, but if they ever finish with eight or whatever number they're gonna finish with, I would love to see them do an actual stab movie. Um, And meaning that I would love to actually see a stab movie because of the simple fact, the reason that we can have two different franchises. We can have Scream and Stab based on a true story of Sidney Prescott. See their version of how they see the fictional version, see the fictional true story version of how other filmmakers saw Sidney Prescott's story from one to three, I mean one through four, and then again with the Carpenter um, sisters, and then and the Mink kids, and then also how they see Seven. We can do Seven all over again, but through the eyes of Stab. And then, hey, we can do Stab with, like I said, we can do Stab with other things. If you want to do it based on true story, there's a lot of true stories that out there that have people killing their significant others or mass murderers killing people anyway for whatever, and you can do a true story on that and call it Stab and have the only element you need is having Ghostface in it, and then you just put Ghostface in it, and then boom, on a bang. That's pretty much it. Like that's all you need. And Stab is well established and well known in the Scream movie universe. So like, why not do that for us in real life? You know what I mean? Why not have like one movie? It could be a spin-off movie nonetheless. I mean, you have it spin off your own movie. You could, and I can see them doing that. And I'd rather have them doing that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? So that's just my thing on current stab and where current stab could go. Um, because there's not much to say. Because the five, they only showed a little bit of stab of what the new stabs were, and that's it. Like when you watch the first four movies, you can talk about stab all you want because they show stab. And they do mention, okay, I think six, they do mention stab a little bit, and they're going through the movies and what they did in that. But like, it was just a Mink daughter. It's just the Mink's daughter going, "Oh, they did that, they did that, they did that," but like they didn't show us, not like in the other first four movies, they showed what stab was going to be like, and they even were making a stab in three, I believe, and she got the Sidney Prescott got to go on set. So there we go. But that's where I think stab is right now. The fictional, the fictional based, the fictional movie based off of a true story. Um, so my next video will probably be a Scream 7 prediction video and then a Blu-ray update video. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and deuces.